I want to show you how to blush and bronze with a long oblong face. When a shadow is cast, you can see my face goes very V-shaped. So what I want to do is I do still want to bronze, but I definitely don't want to contour. I don't have enough meat on my bones on my face to contour. I need to put volume on. I don't need to take it away. It makes me look like I have color. It makes me look like I've been out in the sun and I'm healthy, but it doesn't take away my volume or change my face shape. Now, I always use cream products, and the reason why I make this video probably once every few months is because it's one of my all-time biggest questions that I always get. I get it in person, I get it online, so I always want to show you how to do this, especially if you have a longer face. And I actually do feel like as I've gotten older, my face gets longer. Maybe that's not true, but that's just how I feel. So I want to continue to learn how to kind of give my face really beautiful volume. So I do start on the side, and instead of going simply on top of my cheekbone or underneath my cheekbone for a contour, I actually do the entire kind of outside of my face. So I almost work in like a triangle, because again, when I'm looking at you, I want you to still be able to see some bronze, but I definitely don't want to go underneath my cheekbone. I want to keep that volume there, but again, I want to look like I have a tan. I want to look like I've been out in the sunlight. So again, I'm going to go like this. So I just press. And again, I was saying I always use cream products. You can use powder products, but creams, I just feel like it gives me the most natural looking blend, and I just look like, you know, it's my skin. And then of course I have tons of room on my forehead, so I'm going to go through kind of tapping right at my hairline all the way around. Now again, I don't want to go on my temple. You might see a lot of tutorials that actually give you a contour here. They might take their bronzer or their contour and go here. I don't have any temple. That is bone. So I definitely don't want to make it look any more hollow. I simply just don't have it to give. I don't have it to give. So I'm just going to kind of blend out this bronzer just so again it looks really nice and natural, and I've hit all the areas of my face that would naturally get sun, which is the top of my forehead, the top of my cheekbones, and probably the side of my face would get sun as well. I would get sun on my nose because I do have a large bridge to my nose. However, I never do anything on my nose. I just would rather have the least amount on my nose than put anything on my nose. So now I'm going to take a cream blush. You know this is my favorite cream blush. So first, the bronzer was just a very simple Clinique bronzer. This is in the Chubby Stick Curvy Contour. This is something that is more bronzy. It is more brown and orange. It literally looks like a tan instead of looking like a contour. Okay, so I'm going to take the Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge for lips and cheeks, and this is in the color Pale Pink. This is what I do. So I take it here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of use my pupil as a vantage point. So I don't want to go any farther than 2 fingers into my nose. So I'm going to actually go right here. So I'm going to keep that in mind, and then I'm just going to actually work down. This is in fact a more boyfriend style, but what it actually is it's going to give me natural shape. It's going to give me a natural flush, and it's not going to pull your eye up like this because I already have a lifted cheekbone. It's actually going to fill in some of the volume. However, it's not going to be close to my mouth, and it's not going to be close to my nose. So let me show you how flattering this is. And this is actually the blush placement that I get the absolute most compliments on because it looks literally so natural. So I can take it and just kind of go out like this. Boop, 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 just like that. So natural. Still has some definition on my cheekbones, still has some color on my cheekbones, but it actually is going out towards the bronzy area. So it's kind of all melting into one. It's a very natural flush. It's a really beautiful, beautiful flush. So again, 2 fingers, kind of use my pupil, and actually my 2 fingers go past my pupil, and that's how narrow my face is. So again, I'm going to go like this, work my way this way, and I'm not going too far down towards my jawline. I'm just keeping it kind of in that central area, and then again, I'm going to work down. And when you blend it out, it just blends really easily, so you don't really have to worry about it. But again, you know, kind of try to stay away from the mouth, stay away from the nose, and stay away from the eyes. So I never go underneath my eyes, so you can see that as well. I want to keep it looking very natural. I don't blush under my eyes. I don't think anybody blushes under their eyes, so I'm going to keep it just like that. And then sometimes I just kind of go 360 and put some color on my forehead. And that's it. And then if you feel like, oh, you've gotten too close to your nose, you can take your little concealer brush and just kind of blend out this way, blend out this way. But this is such a beautiful way to add volume to your face, to have a really beautiful natural flush. I mean, it looks like skin. It feels like skin. It's very easy. You don't feel overdone. And most importantly, not important, you definitely can still contour whenever you like. You can always contour. But for me, I contoured a lot when I was younger and I loved it. But now that I am older, I feel like for me, I really want to add volume. I want to look healthy. That's what I wanted. When I was younger, I wanted to look like a skeleton, but now I do want to add that volume back into my cheeks, and I want to give myself that really healthy look. So I really hope that you enjoyed. Like I said, you can always go back over as well. You can use powder bronzers. You can use powder blushes if you like to go over and really enhance that color as well and add more color, or just add a powder finish. So if you're feeling like you don't like looking so glowy, you don't like looking so dewy, that's totally fine. Just either put a powder over top of it or skip the cream step and just go in with powders. Looks amazing still. And I love a powder finish anyway, so totally up to you. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it made sense what I was saying and the reasons why I was saying and doing what I was doing for this face shape. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, I hope that this helped. And as always, I love you. Couldn't do it without you. I hope you have a great day. Love you. Bye.